welcome to Tech Tuesday presented by Delta Media Group, where we think that Harley Quinn is just misunderstood. I mean, her heart's in the right place, most of the time. So we really think she's good at heart. So today we are going to take a look at system notifications in the DeltaNet. Now specifically we are looking at notifications that the system will send out to you to give you information about various things or update you of various circumstances in the DeltaNet. Now these are all the ones that can be switched on and off independently, so you can control what those are, and then we'll also take a look at some of the details about the information included in each of those types of system notifications. So to be clear, we are not looking at like lead notifications exactly. That stuff's going to go to you no matter what. You don't want to turn off your lead notifications. But there are different settings where you can go in and control where those lead notifications go, things like that. And we do have videos that cover that piece. So today, like I said, we're just going to take a look at the system notifications themselves. So first off, the easiest way to go in and control these system notifications is to do so from your profile page. So just click on your name up here in the top right, click on Profile, and that takes you to your profile page overall. Now I could just scroll down and find them, and actually you can see they're right there on my page, but I can also type in System Notifications, or if I were to type in Notifications, you can see that it narrows the whole page down to just this thing that I want to see. So, looking this over, the first thing you can do here is you can control where these system notifications go. So if you wanted these to go to an address that is different from what you have set up in your public email address, then you can add that address here. If you want it to go to multiple addresses, you can actually put multiple addresses here separated by commas as well. So I could say email account at email.com, and then a comma, and then email account 2 at email.com. And onward. So if I want multiple people, or if I have office assistants, anything like that, and I want them to get notifications of these emails, I can do that by just entering those into that field. Now keep in mind, they will go to those addresses instead of your public email address. So if I clear this out here, you can see it opens up my email address section again, and then right there's my public email address. So if there's nothing filled in here, that public email address is where those will go. So we'll go ahead and narrow that back down again. Now, as to the notifications themselves, you can see we have a wide variety here. Now, your list might not look exactly the same as mine. It kind of depends on what features your company has turned on, and also your company admins have the ability to go in and switch off some of these different notifications on the admin side. And if they're switched off there, then the toggles won't show for you here. So, just keep that in mind as you look through these, or as you walk through these with me. But now we'll just run through each one and give you some details about what each one does. So first, we have the digest notification. This is a monthly notification email that provides various information about what happened in the DeltaNet, or what the DeltaNet did, or what happened on your website the previous month. So it's actually looking at the previous calendar month whenever you receive one of these. The first thing it'll have is it includes an announcement section at the top, so if there's any kind of announcement to make, and really these would be announcements that Delta has created. So if there is one, it would include that at the top, though generally you won't see that section. After that, it includes a notification about your newest leads, so this would be leads that came in the previous month. It includes information about customers that have logged in the previous month, any customers that have created a saved search, any customers that the system suggests that you would follow up with. It'll include a section for that as well. It will include a section for listing performance. So if you've got any new listings the previous month, basically how those listings performed. And really it's looking at up to 20 of your active, contingent, or pending listings that are on the market that were entered in the previous month or added to our system the previous month. If you are running any ads through AdWizard, it will include information about those. And not just what ads were created, but it'll actually include performance statistics there. So basically how those ads performed. It will include email statistics from My Customer for Life, eCards, and Market Watches. So basically how many of those have gone out on your behalf, how many of the how many of the customers interacted with, actually clicked through on to get into your website. And lastly, it will include some new listing notification stats. So this would be specifically customer saved search emails. So if customers have gone to the website, saved a search, basically how many of those went through to your customers and the related stats. So how many were opened and how many click-throughs there were, just like the stats with My Customer for Life, eCard, and MarketWatch. So this is kind of your big overall email. So once a month you'll get one of these, as long as you have this toggled on. You'll get one of these that includes all of that information from all of those happenings in the previous calendar month. Now the next one is the new listing tips email. So this will be triggered every time you add a new listing to the system, and basically it provides some suggestions about what to do with your new listing, or features and things that you can do through the DeltaNet to help you market that listing. Specifically, it suggests that you set up a seller report. It suggests the creation of an e-card, printable flyers, social media sharing, and if you or your company have properties in motion turned on, it'll give you some information about properties in motion related to that listing as well. Each one of those sections does include some information about that, as well as a link into the DeltaNet to kind of shortcut you into the correct page in the DeltaNet to set those things up. So for example, creating an e-card, it includes a link that'll actually pipe that listing information into the e-card system in the DeltaNet, so it takes you straight in there, and then you just select the template you want, and it'll show that listing information right there on the template. So just designed to be a nice time saver for you to go in and do some quick marketing of your listing without having to put a whole lot of extra time or effort into that. Now the next thing we have here is the AdWizard notifications. So if this is turned on and you are using the AdWizard system, when you have a listing that is, or listing, a notification that is about to run out, not a notification. I'll get there. When you have an ad through AdWizard that is about to expire, this system will notify you of that and give you the opportunity to click through, go back into AdWizard, and renew that if you wanted to continue that ad. So that's what this one is for. The next one is Upcoming Email Digest, and this one has a nice convenient description right here below it. It will send you an email if there are any campaign emails, e-cards, or email blasts that are scheduled to go out in the next 3 days. Now the purpose of this is so that you can see these automated emails that are about to go out on your behalf, and then if you want to make changes to those at the last minute before they're actually sent, this gives you the opportunity to do so. So that's why it gives you that 3-day buffer there. So the idea is 3 days before, you'll get this email, you can go in and say, oh, well, I want to make some changes to this email, or who the recipients are of it. It gives you a chance to do that. The next one here is our Daily Digest email. So what this does is it sends you an email of any tasks or to-dos that you have in the system that are either past due or will be due very soon. And you can also exclude the upcoming events. So if you just want to see the past due tasks or the currently due tasks, you can check that box, and then you won't get tasks that are upcoming that aren't for you to do yet. So that's the idea, just a quick notification to let you know there are things to take care of so that you can go in and take care of them. The next one we have here is company news. So what this one will do is if the company creates any news articles on the admin side of the DeltaNet, this thing will automatically send you an email and just let you know what those news articles are. Next, we have the weekly bounce report. This one also has a nice description below it, but what this one comes down to is as the system sends out a wide variety of email on your behalf, if it receives a bounce response from any of the customers that it sent an email to, it will add it to our bounce table and also add it to this report. Now the idea is that if we send an email out to a customer and it does bounce, that's basically the customer's email host telling us that that customer can't receive email for some reason. If it is a permanent reason, like the account doesn't exist, it just classifies it as a bad email address, something like that, then it'll send that response and we'll log it and then add it to this email so that you can see and then go in and address any of those. Now the idea is that you could use this report to go into the DeltaNet and either verify that these email addresses are correct or whether or not they're correct. Or you can go in and get a new email address for that customer if sending email to their old address is starting to bounce. And then lastly, we have the .loop import notification. So this one's very specific. It really only will exist to customers that the company has the .loop integration turned on. So if your company does use .loop for transaction information and that integration is turned on, then what the system will do is automatically send you if this is turned on, automatically send you a notification every time it does import customers or import transactions on your behalf. But this option will only be available if that integration is turned on for you, since that is an optional integration to begin with. Now, if it is turned on at the company level and you don't want to receive those notifications, then you can switch it off here. That is what this toggle is for. So there you go. Now keep in mind, any change that you make here, you have to click this Update Notifications button down here at the bottom to actually save your changes. But this does allow you to turn off a wide variety, or turn on a wide variety of different notifications that are all designed to give you more information about what the system is doing for you on one hand, and also what else you can do with the system that might not be immediately obvious to you. So the only other thing to add here is that this is a dedicated interface to just look at these pieces. However, there is another page that you can go to in the DeltaNet that kind of consolidates these system notifications along with the lead notification settings for when you're actually getting notified of new leads and things coming into the system. Now we do have another video to cover that, but to just show you where that's at, if I just type notification, if I can type the right letters here, notifications up here, you can see there's a notification settings link. I would just click that to go through to that overall notifications page. Or I can click on the settings gear up here in the top, and I can search for it on my settings page as well. So there you go. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to send an email into support@deltagroup.com or give us a call, and we will help you through whatever else you need. Thanks a lot.